Hello, NollyTalks viewers. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Uncle K, a story full with emotional Yoruba drama. What happens when life takes everything from you? Your home, your family, your peace of mind, and the only thing left is work. Uncle K is not just a movie. It is a powerful story of survival, trauma, healing, and the kind of love that saves lives. The story begins with pain, not small pain, but the kind that changes a person forever. We meet a young woman broken by life, not because she is weak, but because she has been through too much. Years ago, our world was destroyed, a violent riot, chaos everywhere, people running, crying, losing everything. In that moment, she lost her home, her family, everything she ever known. Imagine waking up one day and everything that gave your life meaning is gone. That is her reality. But the pain didn't end there. The trauma followed her into her thoughts, into her mind. She became withdrawn, lost, disconnected from reality. For 3 years, she was in and out of psychiatric care, fighting battles no one could see. Because mental pain is often the hardest to explain. People trusted her, some avoided her. Others simply didn't understand, and slowly, loneliness became her only companion. But somewhere in her story, there is light. Before everything collapsed, there was another life. A life connected to strength, discipline, and sacrifice. She once had a connection to the military. A period of her life filled with hardship, no communication, no comfort, no certainty. 8 months of survival, learning to endure, learning to stay strong. That experience shaped her, but it also left scars. Because sometimes strength comes with pain. Fast forward to the present, we see a different version of her, still hurting, still healing, but trying. She's no longer completely lost. She's trying to rebuild. She starts small, a business, nothing big, but something of her own, because independence becomes a real new goal. Even with little money, even with fear, she pushes forward. And that is when we meet him, Uncle K, a man who is not bound by blood, but by companion. He sees her pain, not from a distance, but deeply. He does not judge her, he does not walk her past, he does not walk away. Instead, he stays, he listens, he supports, he protects. In a world that once abandoned her, she becomes her safe place. She calls him uncle, but what it truly represents is something much bigger, hope. The relationship is not romantic, it is deeper than that. It is built on trust, care, and genuine human connection. For the first time in years, she feels seen, and slowly she begins to smile again. But life is not done testing her. Financial struggles begin to rise. Small amount of money become big problems. These are not just numbers, they are survival. Medical emergency came up. A surgery is needed urgently, but the question remains, where will the money come from? The pressure builds. She begins to panic. The fear of losing everything again returns, because once you have lost it all before, you never forget that feelings. But Uncle K stands firm. He doesn't promise miracles, but he shows commitment. I will not leave you, simple words but powerful. Together they begin to fight again, not against each other, but against life challenges. We begin to see transformation. The woman who once felt worthless begins to find value in herself. She starts to believe again, not because life is perfect, but because someone believed in her first. The emotional moments, tears, breakdown, confessions, she opens up about her past, her pain, her loneliness, and for the first time, she's not alone in it. Uncle K listens, not to respond, but to understand. And that changes everything. As the story progresses, we see growth. Our business begins to stabilize. Small wins start to come, nothing dramatic, but enough to keep going. And sometimes that's all we need. Hope becomes stronger than fear. Even in moments of struggle, she chooses to fight. There are still challenges, still doubts, still hard days, but she's no longer the same person. She is strong, wiser, more grounded, and most importantly, she's no longer alone. Towards the end of the story, there is a powerful realization. The healing does not happen overnight. That trauma does not disappear completely, but the right people, and the right support, life can still be beautiful again. She looks at her journey, all the pain, all the loss, all the darkness, and she says something simple. Thank you, not because everything was easy, but because she survived it. Uncle K is a story about resilience, about mental health, about the power of human kindness. It reminds us that sometimes the people who save us are not family by blood but by heart. It teaches us that no matter how broken someone is, they can still heal. And no matter how dark life becomes, there's always a chance to start again. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more powerful movie stories like this. See you in my next video. Bye.
Ara nǹkan tí mo máa ń sọ fún ẹ nìyẹn. O ní láti kúrò nílùú yìí o. O ní láti kúrò nílùú yìí. Kó pọ̀ sókè rajà kó wá greener pasture lọ.